Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Swati and welcome back to my channel where if the book is nice, we read it twice. Today, I'm bringing you On My Shelf book tag. Now, this is a fun game kind of a thing that I'm gonna do in front of you guys, and it is a very old book tag, so I don't know who was the first one to do it. I'm here to revive this tag and to enjoy my time with you guys. So what actually this tag is I will randomly select books from my shelf, and then I'll tell you the history or the story associated to the book. If I have not read it, then maybe I won't have a story associated to it, but then I'll have the synopsis for it. So I have put post-its on all my shelves with number of books on the shelf, so it'll be easy for me to use a random number generator and then get the number and do the picking of the book. So let's begin. So since I have 18 shelfware and I'm using just this bookshelf, I'm not using my graphic novels bookshelf and the books which are separated for some reason because they are on my TBR or because I'm planning a video with them, etc. So I'll be using just this bookshelf. So the first number generated is number 11. So that would be this shelf, and out of 13, the number is 10. So the first book that the number generator generated was Wild by Cheryl Strayed. Now I have not read this book, but this is a story about the author's journey on Pacific Crest Trail. How one day when she was feeling out of sorts, she went ahead and did the Pacific Crest Trail. So if you don't know, Pacific Crest Trail is a trail which goes from California to all the way to the Washington, and I feel it's close to my heart because I was previously in LA, California, and now I live in Washington, which is Seattle. And this is a book that Gabby felt very close to, and she is one of my favorite booktubers. So I was very interested in getting this book, and I managed to get this in a thrift store because this is an older one. It is an old book, but as soon as I saw in a thrift store, and especially a hardbound copy in a thrift store, I had to get this one, and I'll be reading this maybe next year because this year I'm totally booked, but next year I'll definitely be reading this one. The next number again that I want to generate is number 3. 1, 2, 3, and on third shelf there are 26 books. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this book is Khalid Hosseini's And the Mountain Echoed. Now I have read Khalid Hosseini's The Kite Runner, and I had to get this one as well. He is very well known for his 3 books, The Kite Runner, The Thousand Splendid Sun, and The Mountain Echoed, and I want to get into this one. This is again a thrift store find. The dust jacket is a bit damaged, but I think that gives character to the book, and I'm very interested in reading this one as well. So this is a story about Pari and Abdullah in Afghan village. Both of them are motherless. They find each other to be kindred spirits, and how the situation gets worse and how they're pulled apart only to get back together. This is a lovely story depicting that, and coming from Khalid Hosseini, I definitely think this will be something that will make me cry. So I got it for cheap. I got it for $3, and I think this is something that will stay in my library for a very long time. Now next book, again I will, now the next number that I want to generate is number 15, that one, and there are 17 books on this shelf and the number is 14. So let's count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is a book which everybody who has read this has enjoyed. This is Kekai by Vaishnavi Patel, and in this book we get a retelling of Kekai's story, which is, she is a part of the epic Indian mythology called Ramayana, and she is a morally grey character in the original story, but in this one she is the main lead. Her point of view is depicted, how her life is changed by the whole story is depicted here, and it is a lovely book. It's a pretty looking book, and it is one of the first books I ever got from Book of the Month, and which solidified Book of the Month's importance to me. I think Book of the Month rarely goes wrong with their selection, and I am an ardent buyer of Book of the Month books. So this is one of the Book of the Month books, and I absolutely love the edition. Now again, the next book I want to talk about is the shelf number 1, where there are 34 books. So let me feed in 34. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now my first shelf is actually a non-fiction shelf, and this is one of the books which are not to be read but to be kept and then referred to in tandem. This is the Feminist Film Guide. Now if you know what is the Bagdell test, then this is a book which recommends movies based on the Bagdell test. So now the Bagdell test is a film which has at least 2 women in it who talks to each other about something beside a man. Sounds simple, but you won't believe how many movies don't make the cut because of this test. And so this is a book which is very beautifully illustrated, and it gives you a list of feminist movies. So this is something to be, it is a coffee table book, and I am absolutely in love with this one. Now the last book that I want to talk about is on shelf number 3. Is on shelf number 13, which is that one, and it has 20 books on it. And I want to talk about the 10th book. Let me just... Okay, so this is another book which I have not read. This is Capturing the Devil. It's, I think, part 3 of the series. The series name is Stalking Jack the Ripper. The first book in the series is Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I own rest of the 3 books in the series, but not the first one. I have just ordered the first one, which will be coming to me in a few days, and once it does, I'll be reading this series in October. I'm so pumped about this one, and so this is in this series, the protagonists solve crime, attend spectacular world fairs, and go ahead and shenanigans in their own world, and this gives me diviner vibes, and I would love to get to know what the story is all about. So again, I will talk about this book in October, because that's when I'm gonna read this, and that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You enjoyed this fun little video where I pulled books from my shelves so that I could talk about them to you guys. Let me know in comments down below if you wanna see another version of it, and I might do a graphic novels version of it, or maybe do it again for you guys. Like and subscribe if you like what I do over here. I really appreciate each and every one of you who watches my video. Thanks a lot, and bye bye.